Good morning, good morning. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Microphone was playing up there, but we're back. Good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me all loud and clear. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just double check things are working here. Loud and clear. Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, good afternoon. Good morning. No audio. Yeah, the audio is funny. Audio and video good. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, welcome back, guys. You guys on YouTube, welcome back. Happy Wednesday. If any of you guys are new here, my name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I mainly focus on trading gold futures here in the European session. So I'll be on for the next hour and a half with you guys, see if we get some trades at London Open here, which is in about 25 minutes. And see what gold has for the day for us. Zoom, guys. Let me just share the screen properly. But yeah, hope everyone's having a good start to the week so far. Gold had a pretty big sell-off yesterday. Pretty decent sell-off yesterday on gold. Let me just move my screens around here. We did get some nice buys today in Asia. Good morning from Slovakia. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. The weeks are going too quick. Wednesday already. Good morning, good evening. What's going on, Zoom, guys? Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I didn't trade pre-London today, guys. Wasn't really seeing too much, but we'll see what we get here for the London session. Let's have a quick look at the news. You guys have, excuse me, I'm still a little bit sick, so if you hear me sniffing away, I do apologize. Yeah, we do have Trump speaking today. That's not until about, what, 2 hours, I believe? That's based on my time here. Can you change the times? I don't think so. So that'll be interesting. Very interesting today. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what we get for gold for the day. We did have a big sell-off yesterday. Very big sell-off yesterday. Which, all in all, yeah, gold had a crazy push. Like, even just to start this week so far, since the gap opened on Sunday, you know, gold pushed down over 1,000 ticks, which is huge. That's like, you know, that's like a month's worth of price action. 1,000 ticks in what, like 2 trading days is, yeah, absolutely huge. You did kind of have this nice sell-off yesterday here on gold. It wasn't as nice on the hourly. Here, once you grab the lows and then grab the highs and close bearish, there was a nice little scalp down here. I didn't trade New York yesterday, so I personally didn't take this. However, I did take some nice buys. Where do we take our buys in Asia? Our nice buys up into here. This was our liquidity levels for the day in Asia for price to come up and liquidate these highs. And you kind of did that pretty perfectly. So you came up, tagged these highs, squeezed up a little bit higher, and now you're having a bit of a pullback. So we'll have a look at all markets this morning as well, guys. Not just gold, don't worry. We'll have a look at NQ because NQ did hit some all-time highs. NQ hit some all-time highs today after being down. Wait, did we hit all-time highs? Why don't I have all-time highs here on this chart? Let me see. I had my alert go off that we hit all-time highs. I don't think we actually quite got that. Maybe my alert was a little bit off. No, not quite. I had an alert go off someone that NQ was at all-time highs. Didn't quite get that high, but we are very, you know, very close. I had my alert go off today. Where's my alert gone? Have I deleted it now? Yeah, I deleted my alert. But yeah, either way, NQ is looking at very strong. Huge push yesterday, and you're very likely to continue squeezing higher. So we'll have a look at gold. We'll have a look at NQ. Let's do some top-down analysis on gold start day, guys. We got the London Open in about 22 minutes as well. Speed recovery, thank you very much, thank you. Let me just get this over here. Where are we? So, yesterday, on gold, we ended up closing back below our key level here of 33.50, which was some big daily support that we held for quite some time. Here, but we finally broke back below it. We also did, you know, tap in some pretty big levels from the start of June as well. So if we now look at this monthly time frame on gold, With this being, I believe, the final trading day week of the month. You have Monday as well. But if we go from how this month's looking now, we've gone from looking very, very bullish to all of a sudden, it's looking like we could be closing doji, if not coming back down to squeeze a little bit bearish. We haven't yet closed on the high time frame above all of this major all-time high resistance, which, to be honest, since gold's been non-stop bullish this year, it wouldn't be too surprising to see gold finally start to have a correction, maybe throughout the summer months and into the end of the year, which would be quite nice, to be honest. So daily time frame, you know, we did get that nice bearish closure yesterday. So could we be now coming up to hold some of this resistance here before then? Where would our next target be? Will it be our next key level back down that 3,300 level? That's kind of what I'm thinking here. Pullbacks in the London session, maybe come down and tap into yesterday's low before maybe a pullback higher. So daily, very bearish closure yesterday. Let's have a quick look at the 4-hour here on the currency, on the futures. Still pretty bullish though. We grabbed these lows here. So we tapped into this support. We closed back bullish here in the 4-hour, and you've had this very, very nice push up here. Now, the only thing that is throwing me off a little bit is if we look at the 4-hour on the currency chart. To me, the 4-hour on the currency chart here looks like you're going to have a bit of a rollover. So I do like to do my higher time analysis based on this chart. So I want to keep in mind that is a potential for the 4-hour on the currency chart to have a bit of a pullback. I know futures chart says otherwise. So potential fake out sells here on gold. You know, we've been in this pretty decent push up here today in Asia. So even a pullback back down into these regions would still be a pretty decent, 100 tick pullback. Maybe come down, retest these lows around 35s-ish. Could be pretty good for us. If we're going to squeeze high, the only thing with the longs here today on gold, we have already had a nice push. And we're coming back in some major daily resistance. So not to say we can't go long, but it's something we want to keep in the back of our mind. So I have more of a neutral bias right now coming into the London Open here. You know, daily did close bearish. We're back at some big resistance, but we have been having a decent squeeze so far. Let's have a look. You did have this hourly morning star here. You rejected, grabbed lows, had a nice push up. The reason I didn't take that is because that 4-hour is starting to leave that pretty big rejection. Let's have a look at this 30-minute time frame. What are we doing here on gold? See, I look at the 30-minute and it looks like we're trying to squeeze higher. As long as the currency didn't grab these highs, yeah. We haven't really tapped into these highs. You may squeeze these highs one more time. Kind of holding a little potential inverse head and shoulders area here, tap it into previous 30-minute lows. Could we be looking for potential squeeze into the highs here? Early London before then having that sell-off? Yeah, it could be possible. Maybe something like this before then. Having a deeper retracement. Possible. Nah, always the futures chart, Joe. Always the futures chart, man. Sorry, always this one, the currency chart. This is just for buying and selling. Yeah, always the currency chart. So yeah, could we be holding a potential morning star here to have a little bit of a squeeze higher here on gold? Initial bounce off this support before we do see some selling. I mean, previous hourly, did close bullish. So unless we get a decent hourly fake out, it would make the most sense to see something like that first. Give me 2 seconds. Hey Mega, what's up, man? What's up? So let's see. We're gonna get this 15-minute close coming in here on gold. You're grabbing the lows, closing bullish. We may look for an initial squeeze up into these highs here first. How much of a range is this? 20 to potentially 40. Let's see. We got this 15-minute close coming in, and this hourly also trying to flip bullish as well. So there may be a quick scalp here in a second. Let's have a look. It's a pretty decent. You came down, grabbed the lows, held the support, had a nice bounce. If we do start to reject from here, could we be looking to bring in some sellers, get trapped, sitting their stops above them highs? Maybe. Let's see. First 15-minute close coming in here, guys. We've got London Open in about 17 minutes as well. Let's see. See what we get for the day. This hourly, yeah, hourly's bullish. So to me, this looks like we could squeeze it. So let's see if we get a decent bottom wick and a quick risk reward. You know, it might be worth a little scalp. Kind of breaking out at this nice level as long as we hold above this. Anyone who's selling this probably getting squeezed out here. I'm that seller. Yeah, you may get squeezed out here. Hourly's still bullish. I know the 4 hour in the current show was looking good for shorts, but you broke below, held the resistance, couldn't break the support. So depending on where you're short from, you'd want to have risk off the table as soon as you can't break this level here. Afternoon, bro. Afternoon, man. Good afternoon. Welcome back. If we get a decent bottom wick on this 5, guys, I might give a little long scalp here a go. You're gonna get a nice 15-minute breakout as well. The hourly is also starting to flip back bullish as well after having a nice hourly breakout. 30-minute grab in the low, trying to get back above. So all time frames are kind of lining up here. Just for a little squeeze higher. So instant 5-minute bottom wick. I'm gonna see if I can get long. A little pre-London scalp here. Let's see. You'd have to be aggressive with the management because as soon as you tag these highs, you'd want to be break even. Oh, was that the quick bottom wick? I was about to quickly get in a buy stop there. I was about to quickly get in a buy stop. That was a very quick top and bottom wick there. Let's see. Maybe a quick little pull back to here, baby. Let's see. That may have been it. That was a very, very quick top and bottom wick. I wasn't quick enough to get a buy stop in there, but you did quickly come down for that bottom wick and flipped. I wasn't quick enough to get that. Morning, Aaron. Good morning, man. Any idea why gold fell off the last 2 days? Even though geopolitical uncertainty, gold should have gone up. Gold's markets have well and truly filtered in more news, man. Nothing's new to the markets now. If anything, it's if we can squeeze down here, guys, without grabbing these highs, I'll look to get a long here. Markets are way ahead of the news. All the war news is kind of come and gone for gold now. So we're seeing stocks have a beautiful push. As stocks has a beautiful push, then the desire to want to put money into something like a safe haven such as gold goes down. So gold squeezes lower. All right, cool here. May get a buy stop here in a second, guys. You came up, tagged the highs, now you're coming back low. So if we can re-break this level, I may see if we can get squeezed. But yeah, markets are kind of had the war news kind of come and gone a few times now. And if anything, it's trying to de-escalate, so I would assume that's why. Potential... Am I going to put a buy stop here in the flip of this candle here, guys? Currency's looking nicer. Let me see. 15, yeah. If this 15 flips bullish, I'm going to see if we can drive this maybe back up into 33.50. If it closes bearish, then simply cancel the buy stop. So I got a buy stop here on the break of this 5-minute high. We'll risk off wherever this 5-minute low is and trying to see if we can squeeze potentially back up into these highs. With that 15 grabbing the lows and closing bullish, I want to be following that. If we stay in the range, that's fine. We can just potentially delete the buy stop. Are you guys on Zoom? Anyone else having issues, or is it fine? Cool. Cool. Yeah, gold did have a big sell-off as well yesterday. To be honest, I wasn't expecting that big of a sell-off either. But, you know, again, that's why with all this news coming out, you want to stay very reactive. I don't really come onto the markets expecting anything to happen. I just kind of react to my intraday levels. Obviously, the fundamentals are going to have the main move in the markets. But, yeah, with gold breaking lower, I try and take that neutral approach. If we don't flip here in this 15-minute here, guys, then we could potentially wait for the London Open and maybe get a lower entry. Let's see. That was a lovely look at that 15, though. Came down, liquidated the lows. Really nice bullish closure back above all of this area. So where would my next target be? Well, if this flips bullish, 40 targets, 40 ticks. That's actually not that much. Next target would potentially be these highs here. Manage aggressively at these hourly highs, but I want to see if we can flip this higher. The ranges are a little bit smaller here today. You know, considering we've been having these, you know, 100+ tick ranges, if we do flip and drive here, it's only 37 ticks. So I'm gonna be risking like maybe $160, 200 maybe. The ranges are quite small here. Potentially gonna get tagged here in a buy stop here, guys. Let's see. Oh, cool. Awesome, man. No worries at all. All good. Keeping stops below this current 5. Wishing about 180. Seeing if we can squeeze this up to about these highs. I'm not going to set a hard TP. I just want to see how we kind of react around these highs here. These highs here will be an aggressive management point for me. Because anything above these hourly highs, if we break it and keep pushing, fantastic. There's nothing to say we can't tag these hourly highs and pull back a bit before the London Open. So these highs here will be a management point for me. Excuse me, guys. Let me blow my nostrils. 2 seconds. See if we can get that. See if we can get that pre-London volume here on Goldie. See if we can break this level and drive. A very decent stop below here, like risking about 160. Seeing if we can, ideally, you know, this is what we might do. Again, this is why we always have to see that the markets, doesn't matter if we're long or short, we always have to see the markets in that neutral perspective. We may tag these highs and then start to pull back, or we tag these highs and keep pushing. But we can say with good confidence, these highs need to be tagged. So anything above these highs will stay reactive. And as soon as these highs get tagged, then, you know, we'll start managing risk. If we break them and keep pushing, fantastic, we're exposed to longs. If we grab them and then pull back, that's fine. You know, we can manage our risk and wait for London Open. He did just tag previous 30-minute highs, but still, hourly highs make the most sense. But above these highs, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. So as soon as we do tag these highs, I would like to be managing risk. Yeah, hourly does look great to drive. Yeah, hourly looks the nicest, to be honest. We closed nice and bullish. We came down for that really nice bottom wick. Ideally, we should have been on the flip. But yeah, we're trying to see if we can squeeze these highs. The flip of that hourly back down at 45.5 would have been a much nicer entry. Where was that? 45.5. Around here. I'm keeping stops tight. I don't need stops any lower than this 5. If you come down for a new low, you could come down much lower. So how long we got? 9 minutes until the London Open as well here, guys. Management point. So what I mean is, you know, there's nothing to say we don't tag these highs and push down. So as soon as we tag these highs, I'd like to take my risk off the table, i.e. going to break even. I'll bring my stops to break even and kind of see how we react on these highs. If we break it and keep pushing, fantastic. Let me see here. Chart looks a bit. Chart's looking a bit messy here. Let me clean this up here for a second. Still haven't grabbed the highs in the currency here either. But yeah, as soon as we hit these highs, I'd bring my stop up slowly. Let me see. 30-minute did tag 30-minute highs. Tag the lows. Tag the highs. Yeah, hourly does look the nicest. Hourly's mainly what this trade is based off. How's the 4-hour look on the futures again? Yeah, 4 hours not really showing too much. I was hoping we can drive and push before the London Open so we can manage risk before the London Open. Not that London Open's ever that crazy volatile that you don't want to have a position, but I want to see this hourly actually close bullish. Do you cover NQ? Yep, we'll have a look at NQ as well, man. Yep, absolutely. We'll have a look at NQ. We'll have a look at ES. We'll break down copper as well. I personally just mainly trade gold, but yeah, we can absolutely have a look at some other markets. I did take an NQ trade yesterday as well, actually. Since I've been doing these streams here on Topstep, you guys have got me more intrigued to looking at NQ, and I've had some pretty decent trades on NQ recently. So yeah, we can have a look at NQ as well. I mainly trade gold on these funded accounts. You're the NQ king. Stop being humble. Nah, no way. NQ still scares me a bit. And I was trading the 1 minute as well, which is pretty crazy. NQ does scare me a bit. But we've been having some nice reads on NQ, even in the London session. I know the volume's too hit and miss to trade in the London session consistently, but yeah, even in London, we've been having some really nice calls on NQ. We had some lovely levels yesterday as well. If we don't drive here soon, guys, I will manage. I wanted to see us break these highs and keep driving. If we stall around this region, then I can manage my risk soon. Yeah, NQ is by the dip. Yeah, man, NQ has been on one phenomenal recovery. Top wick, instant top wick here. I may get out here, guys. I kind of want us to drive already, so may wait for the London Open instead. I do love these highs, but kind of wanted it to do it here. The fact that we're still holding this resistance, we may squeeze a little bit. Let's see. We've got 30 seconds here. But yeah, NQ by the dip. Yeah, NQ's been huge. I did see you did have a nice little pullback today on NQ in Asia. I think Dakota got some nice shorts on his stream. But yeah, high time frame has been very nice. Although I don't day trade NQ, I do. You know, I have been buying a lot of long-term stocks recently. Let's see, 7 seconds. If this 5 minute doesn't drive, guys, I want to see how this 5 minute's going to open. If it opens with a top wick, I may just exit here and wait for the London Open. Let's see. 5 minute. Oh, okay. A bit of a gap down there. That was interesting. Where did my 5 minute go? Is it a bottom wick on the currency? Let me see. Took a couple of seconds to come up here. Yeah, bottom wick on the currency, which is not what I want to see. Yeah, I may get out here in a second and just wait. Let me see. Because you still haven't grabbed the highs on the currency either, but we may do it at the London Open. Let me bring my stops here. Only risking about 15 ticks here, guys. I kind of wanted to see us drive already, so there's no point me leaving this trade like really wide and open. I'd rather be aggressive with the management, especially when we've got the London Open in about 4 minutes. If it wasn't for London Open, you know, maybe I'd give this a little bit of breathing room. But with the London Open in 4 minutes, the hourly not quite driving just yet. You know, we'll see. We'll see. If that's enough of a bottom wick on the 5, we may be safe. If this 5 comes down for a new low, I probably don't want to be in the trade anyway. So we're risking about 140 to see if we can squeeze about 400. Yeah, when I refer to currency, I am also looking at I look at both. I do all my execution on the futures, but I do look at this XAU USD chart as well. I have both screens up here, so I do look at both. Where have we gone? Hello. There we go. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. I was moving the screens around and there was like a couple of me. But we're back. 2 minutes until London Open here, guys. We're not really dipping. I may get out of this in a second. I kind of wanted to see us push already. See if we can get that last volume right before the London Open here. How's that hourly looking? Hourly looking pretty doji. Is there a lead and a lag with the currency chart? No, sometimes, yeah, I'm going to wait for London Open here, guys. I'm closing that there. I'm closing at minus 80. I'm waiting for London Open here, guys. I was hoping we would drive already, but I may as well just wait for the London Open here. Currency's coming down for a new low as well. But now there's, what you kind of see on the currency sometimes is you can grab sometimes highs and lows more than the futures chart. For example, you know, sometimes the futures chart might not grab these highs, but they may have been grabbed on the currency, and that's enough for the futures to push down. So sometimes there can be quite a big difference there, which actually happened recently with these highs here. So if you see these highs here on the futures chart, I'm not going to move my screen around because I don't want to break it again. But if you look back to this high on the currency chart, the currency actually came up, grabbed the highs, and then had this huge sell-off. So them liquidity grabs are very, very important for me. But yeah, I cut that trade there, guys. I cut that minus $90. Minus 9 ticks. Let's see how this London opened here. We grabbed the lows, closed bullish, grabbed the highs, kind of closing a bit doji. I do still like these highs, but there's just no volume just yet. But yeah, there's no there's no lag in between. There's just, yeah, very, very key liquidity grabs. Sometimes if you're just watching, you know, one or the other, you may miss some key grabs. So we got London open about 10 seconds here, guys. Let's see if we're going to get these, still get gold buys. I do still see gold squeezing a little bit higher. But let's see if we can get a bit of a better entry here. So 15 ended up just closing doji. Instant top wick here on the hourly. So had that hourly close. But bullish, nice bottom wick rejection, opening with an instant top wick. So this makes me think we could come down for a little bit of a pullback before we give these longs a go again. 4 hour on the currency. Yeah, not looking the cleanest on the currency. Where could we get long again on gold? Maybe below 15 lows. We could get long here again. Oh, is it going to do it from here? Oh, looks like that's it. There you go. Now you're squeezing the highs. Now you're squeezing the highs there, Goldie. Just couldn't do it that soon. So if any of you guys are still in this, as soon as you tag these highs, I would be BE here. Squeezing out these highs in the first 5 minutes, because now that you're grabbing the highs, could this now be the start of a pullback? Potentially. And you guys managed to hold? Still in? Nice, 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 nice. Good job. My TP would be these next highs in 33.50. If you guys are still in this, these highs here. And it looks like I just got squeezed out there. 5 minute on the futures closed nice and bullish doji. Bearish. Currency was bearish. Still in. Nice. That's nice. Nice. Yeah, if you guys are still in, aggressive break even here because you're opening and pushing up in the first 2 minutes of the hourly close. If you can, keep driving these highs here. You may get stopped at break even, but we could be coming for a bit of a pullback here. This could be this London open liquidity grab of these highs to now see if we can get this pullback. So yeah, even if I was still in that, guys, I would have got squeezed at break even there. Yeah, nice, good break even. So now let's have a look at gold again. Now that we have actually grabbed this liquidity, we've grabbed these highs, we've stopped out any sellers, which is kind of the reason that we were looking to buy. We were buying up into the fact that most people would have been shorting here with their stops just above. So now that any sellers have been taken out, could this now be the start of a potential pullback here? Yeah, possible. That's kind of what my thought process was here. For price to grab these highs and potentially start to pull back. So if we do now liquidate these highs and start to break down, now is this going to be the start of the pullback for gold to come back down into these regions, back down into 33.40, if not back down to, 35-ish. Possible. I think at least a 15-minute fake out would kind of confirm that for me. Look at that lovely, lovely grab of the highs there. Good management if you guys did get that as well. Excuse me. Yeah, very, very, very nice squeeze. So this is kind of what I was saying here, guys. This is the reason I was trying to get some longs to expose myself to the fact that these highs needed to be grabbed. It's the fact that this would have been the level where most people would have been shorting, sitting their stops just above. So we were trying to buy up into that. Now, like I say, ideally we would have been in from the hourly flip, which was actually there, which would have given us about 20 ticks. But now that, anyone who was selling here and has been squeezed out by liquidating these highs and holding resistance, let's see if we can get these shorts. That's a lovely, lovely, lovely grab there. We also have a nice little trend line coming up as well, which we could come down and squeeze. Yeah, we'll have a look at NQ and ES as well. Gold's just moving nice this morning, so I don't want to miss anything by looking at NQ just yet. Let's see this 5-minute close, because this is looking to be a lovely, lovely grab here. Let me just grab a tissue, guys. 2 seconds. Excuse me. Okay, guys, I'm back. Now, do we have the possibility to look for some shorts here on gold? If we get a top wick here, guys, we could be looking for some sells here. We've just came up, we've just liquidated the highs, and we have a nice trend line coming down here. That's my overall preferred direction today for gold to continue selling off that daily time frame as well. So if we get a top wick here, I may give some shorts a try. Stops are very valid above that high for about 20 ticks. See if you can squeeze down for about 80. This is a lovely, lovely grab of the highs here. So let's see if we can get a nice top wick here and potentially short. Top wick, instant top wick, and I'll see if we can get short somewhere around 45.5-ish. 45.5, let's see. 45.5, yeah, somewhere around there. Because you've got a very valid stop above this liquidity gap, and we have very nice targets as well. And, you know, there's nothing to say today that this daily can't just continue selling off and come right back down. So today's, you know, you closed bearish yesterday, today's open and instantly top wick. So it's not a bad area to look for reversals. Look how big this daily resistance is. So we're going to get that top wick gold. Let's see. Curious why you trade gold futures, not XAUSD. Because for day trading, I don't want to deal with spreads. Trading futures and trading here on Topstep for me is much better for day trading. I used to, you know, sometimes still swing trade on the currency chart. Oh man, that may have just been it. Oh, that may have been it. Not quick enough there, not quick enough. But yeah, for day trading, you know, as you guys just saw, I get instant executions. I don't have to deal with spreads. And here, the funding opportunities on Topstep, in my opinion, are much better than the on the trying to trade the currency side. So better platforms, better fills, better funding firms. That's the reason I switched to futures. I made the transition to futures from currencies about 4 or 5 years ago now. No, probably about 4 years ago. So what I want to see here now, guys, for an actual entry here is a little bounce off this trend line, bring in some buys off this trend line, then we'll see if we can squeeze this down. So with that being said, let's have a quick look at NQ. That may have just been the grab there on Goldie. Let's see. NQ, let's have a look. So NQ coming up for a really, really nice squeeze. I think you see some new all-time highs on NQ. I don't know why I had my alerts go off this morning telling me it was all-time highs. I got all excited. But NQ breaking out of a big resistance that's been held since June. Oh, Goldie having a big sell-off here, guys. Big sell-off here right after liquidating them highs. Probably should have got short in that 5 flip. Let me see. Yeah, 18 ticks. Oh, you're in this shade? Nice. Yeah, if you guys are in the short, this is looking beautiful. You got some big levels coming. If we get maybe a top wick on the next 5, I'll be short because I still have much further downside. How long we got to the next 5? 2 minutes. NQ, I would like to see squeezing up into this resistance here today. Back up into, what's these levels? You got 22,500. Would be a nice round psychological level. Let's plot that on. Yeah, hourly being grabbed. Yep. Oh yeah, look at that. An instant rejection off the lows. We'll take a look at gold here in a second. Let's go. So we've got 22,500. Big resistance. So you can see this held back from December 24 back into Jan this year. Broke above it in February. Held it as support in February and then had a massive push down. So continuing to buy it up into this resistance level would make the most sense. You know, daily's breaking out very nicely. We are coming up in some big resistance though, which is something to be aware of. But for trading today, I mean, could you squeeze a little bit of a pullback here first? Let me see. So this is the trade I took on NQ yesterday, buying into this trend line. You had a beautiful breakout. You do have some resistance here. Kind of got some nice support down here, kind of forming a little bit of a range. How long do we have on gold? 2 minutes. What do we do here in Asia today? Had a nice little sell-off here today in Asia. Nice little sell-off, squeeze higher, pull back. So bit of an up and down range. You did just come up and squeeze some highs here, having this initial pullback. So could we be seeing NQ potentially come down for these lows before then seeing that push? Maybe. We got NQ selling off and gold having a bit of a bounce of the support here. That was nice. Nice grab the highs. I do believe you'd come up into these highs as long as ES hasn't grabbed them highs. You very well could see. What was them highs? So they're the highs of 24th at 8 o'clock. Let's have a look. 24th at 8 o'clock. No, nowhere near the highs on NQ. So them highs do look nice. Sneeze? No. The sneeze was coming. My eyes are watered here, guys. I'm not crying because that gold trade. I just have a severe case of man flu and a little bit of crying over gold. Gold's making me emotional today. So yeah, NQ, we got some nice liquidity levels down here and up here. You're kind of in a little bit of a range though, so I'd probably want to see at least the first 30-minute close here. You know, you're coming back down into some support here. If you re-break above these highs, then buying up into that resistance at 450 would be pretty nice actually. So if we close bullish and we can get gold to continue selling off, there's a potential for NQ to have a bit of a squeeze higher. Goldie been playing with my emotions. Yeah, gold's playing with my emotions today by the sounds of it. I sound like I'm crying over gold. Let's see, we've got that 5-minute close coming in. Yeah, nice. So you're bringing in some buys off this trend line. If there was a top wick, I could potentially look to short this. Just need a little bit of a top wick there, Goldie. Gold's made me emotional the past last 3 weeks. Yeah, that's what gold. That's what the markets can do to us. Well, at least we're here. We're in it together. We're getting emotional with Goldie together. That's what it's all about. At least we're not doing it alone. Well, maybe half the day alone. An hour and a half here together. So yeah, I'd like to get short here on gold, guys. I think a lot of people are trying to buy this trend line. I'd like to sell into it. Could have got short here, but I wasn't quick enough to pull the trigger because you came up, you grabbed the highs, you stopped out any early sellers, and then what does price end up do? Pretty much ends up doing exactly what they expected. Where you come all the way back down to these lows, back down into this support. That 15's looking really nice. I know the 5 minutes looking a bit choppy here, but if you look at the 15, look at that 15. Really nice. Came up, squeezed the highs, flip bearish. Lovely, lovely, lovely drive down. I believe, you know, again, we only react off what I think once the market shows, but I would imagine a lot of people are trying to do something like this. So if we get a nice 15-minute, even like this, you know, you may have think you've missed the move, you try and chase it, but if you just wait for this 15 to close, well, what's the next 15 going to do? It's going to open, it's going to come up for a top wick, but we're going to hold some resistance levels here, and then we'll see if we can flip it down. So we still have a lot of room here on gold. The next 15 can look something like this. So don't FOMO in here. This 15 closure could actually give us the confirmation. You know, it would be nice to be shorting from up here, but it is what it is. We can still get our short here. We got room for, you know, gold to potentially have a much deeper pullback as well. At least down into support. And if we break this support, there's nothing to say gold can't come back down into 33.30. So still plenty of room here, guys. Yeah, Evening Star and the Owly. Yep, good spot, man. Good spot. Coming up, tagging the Owly highs. So lovely liquidity grab there. That's why I like buying up into these levels because, you know, sometimes you tag these highs and then have a big sell-up, but sometimes you tag these highs and keep pushing. That's why if you can identify these liquidity levels and trade into them, then you can expose yourself to whatever happens above here. You're pretty much covered. Whether you take profit or you want to hold it more, or you take the break even, knowing that there's a high chance that these need to be grabbed, can be a good trade. Yeah, we got nice 15-minute coming in here, nice 30-minute as well. 30 minutes looking really nice, actually. 30 minutes looking really nice. Oh, got short on GC already. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, right there. Yeah, short in there was nice. To short that. Well, if you're gonna sell it from here, where are you gonna put your stops? What, all the way above here? What's you gonna go for a less than a 1-to-1 risk reward? Well, how likely is it that the 15's not gonna give us a top wick? There's a top and bottom wicks on 90% of these candles. Yeah, nice push on NQ as well. Yeah, NQ could get a nice 15-minute close here. What have I just done to my screen? So 50 seconds here, guys. Top wick, and we can look for some sells here. Yeah, lovely squeeze on NQ as well. Lovely, lovely squeeze. Grabbing the lows, having a nice breakout here. So you've got potential longs on NQ, shorts on gold, which is good. That's what we want to see. We want to see them moving together. Ooh, nice, Sean. Sean with the NQ buy. Look at that. Beautiful, man. Right, the daily open the view. That's beautiful, man. Get a practice. Hey, practice still good, man. That's a lovely trade. Lovely, lovely trade. Yeah, need to get back that $9. I know. Gold owes us big time here today. Oh, yeah, you got the short on the 5. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, you guys are already on sales. Well done. Top wick here on the 15. I'll see if I can squeeze it. Let's have a look at the 5. And a lovely, lovely 5-minute close. Doesn't have to be a huge top wick, but just anywhere into the zone. Yeah, don't just buy the tip. Yeah, literally. It sure is. Wow, what a sell-off off that high. Look at that. Grab the highs. If we were quick enough, that was our ideal short. But it wasn't. I wasn't quick enough to squeeze it. Yeah. 4 hours about to turn bearish. Yep, that's that 4-hour potential evening star play on the currency as well. Lovely 15 close there. Yeah, that was a... Look at that. Grab the highs. Close back below our level that we were buying off. And then boom. Huge push. Very, very nice push. So coming down for an instant bottom wick means this could be a low before we then have a little bit of a pullback. If there's no top wick on the 15, it means it can be created at any point. So if you chase it at any point, that top wick can be created. So if you chase it from here, if there's no top wick on that 15, what's the likelihood that it's going to close bearish with no top wick? It's unlikely. We look at every single bearish candle. Top wick, top wick, top wick. All these wicks. So if you chase it from here, you can come up, create that top wick. You go sit in drawdown and hope that something else happens. Oh. So we'll wait for the top wick to get created and then we'll short. And we stream during summer. Yeah, I'll be here during summer, man. Yep, for sure. August is probably one of my quietest months. But for day trading, you still get your good trades. Yep, I'll still be here, man. Absolutely. We'll be here for sure. As long as Topstep wants me here, we'll still be here, man. We're not going anywhere. We'll trade the summer months. We'll trade the winter months. We'll trade the crazy months. We'll trade it all, man. We'll trade it all. The thing is with gold now, if you start buying from here, you know, we're buying at support, which is not ideal. I don't want to be buying at support. I want to see if this support can hold and pull back to then get short. I don't want to be taking new sell positions right here. Because if I take a short here, and it pulls back, I'm going to look back and go, wow, why was I trying to short support? This makes sense. Yeah, we'll still be here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes August can be quieter. August can be a quiet month, so remember whether we reduce the risk or not, we'll see. Yeah, I think August, I don't know how far back I can go here. I think last year, August was actually pretty good. Let's see if we can go that far. Can we go that far back? And that's more for when I was maybe swing trading. Yeah, August was still. Look at this, you're still got plenty of big moves here in August. There's huge moves. You just have to be more, give your trades a little bit more breathing room, I found. But it's still decent moves. Excuse me. When is your next travels? Just holiday, no trading retreats. Next travels will be in August, man. Heading over to Europe in August. No trading retreats for probably a good couple of months though. Break even on the NQ trade. Let's see, how did the 15 close? How'd that 15 close? Let me see. So you just tag the highs. Tag the lows, tag the highs, so you don't get too excited. Not really doing too much just yet, which is in a bit of a range. I know it gets exciting, we see that, but yeah. Back at the resistance, back at the support. We got time here. But yeah, heading over to Europe in August, which will be fun. So I'll be trading in the morning time with you guys, which will be nice. I like to jump on the charts first thing in the morning. You know, it's coming up to almost 5:30 in the evening here for me, so I'm looking forward to heading to Europe and yeah, trading first thing in the morning with you guys. Excuse me. So NQ still a little bit choppy here, guys. Not too much to update on NQ just yet. Gold still no top wick on the 15, so if you chase it, that top wick can be created at any point. If we're gonna get short on gold, if you short down here, you know, where's your risk? It's very high. Where if I short from here, and it doesn't work, then I can get out pretty quick. But if I short from down here, my risk is very big. Yeah, 100% Craig, it's the best, man. Yeah, I bet you loved it in Europe, man. Are you still in Europe, Craig? Being able to trade straight up in the morning, improve my performance. Yeah, it really does. That's what I love about Europe, being able to wake up, you know, grab a coffee, trade the London session. Still in France. Yeah, nice, man. Nice. I will be in I will be in London for a little bit. Yep. Yeah, I'm in Australia at the minute. I'm originally from the UK, but I've been in Australia for the past 2-3 years. Nah, probably not, to be honest, man. That was my only long target, these highs. If we close back above, yeah, I'm not really too interested in the long. Unless you get like a strong fake out, but not really. This was kind of my only buy target. I mean, you kind of could have these highs, but on the currency, it kind of tells me something different. See, futures chart here's, you'd say, oh, maybe you're going to grab these highs. But the currency 4 hour looks like that evening star play that we were talking about to have a much deeper pullback. All I want to see is a top wick on this 15. If it doesn't come in this 15, then it'll be the top wick of the next 30. I want to see price come up to here, and then I want to see if we can get short all the way down into these lows here. Longs, yeah, longs aren't really of interest to me because, you know, let's say if we do close back above here, well, then I don't want to get caught in this range because there's no liquidity targets. The only way I would trade this range is when I have these targets, but now that these highs have been grabbed, then I wouldn't want to trade in this range. Sorry, guys, you have to put up with me blowing my nose. I apologize. I was hoping the man flu would go away, but it's still getting me. Hey, but we're still here. We're still here. So let's see here and go. What are we up to in the 5 minutes? No top wick on the 15. So you kind of opened, push down, just tag the lows, having a little bit of a squeeze. Again, this is why you don't chase this low. If we're going to get short here on gold, we're going to do it at a logical area. Ideally, it would have been up here, but we'll do it here. Yeah, we could do a meet up whilst I'm in the UK. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know how, I'll probably be in the UK for maybe about a week or something. Yeah, we can definitely get something going. I'll try and organise something for sure. If we can get something going with Topstep as well, that'd be cool. Yeah, definitely. The Topstep guys did a cool Chicago meetup, which is nice. So we'll try and get something going, sure. Okay, there you go. So there's that top wick being created on gold. So you just came up, just created the top wick. Now let's see if we're gonna get this rollover. Black bull. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not a trade and retreat in the UK. Yeah, a week-long trade and retreat in the UK doesn't really sound too appealing. But yeah, a meet up for a day or two would be nice. You sound very stuffy. Yeah, I apologize. I do have man flu. Do you think NQ will go down whilst gold's going up? Well, let's have a look. Let's not think too much. Let's have a look at what we're actually doing. So what do we have here? We can see here's our big support. So, you know, if you do close below this support here on NQ, yeah, could you be coming down for a bit of a pullback, come down, squeeze some of these lows? Yeah, maybe. Again, here's a very simple outlook for NQ right now. I'll show you guys how you can make your life easy as a trader. So NQ right now, we got big support here. You guys can see resistance, support, broke it, resistance. So we have big support here. We also can clearly see we have resistance here. So for me right now here at NQ, I'd go, this is going to be my no trade range here on NQ. You know, it's fine if you gave a shot from here as you're grabbing the lows, but as you're grabbing the lows, grabbing the highs of the previous 30-minute and closing within this zone, I would say this is going to be my no trade range. However, if you close below, you could get some nice sells into this low here. And if you close above, then great, you could get some nice high buys up into this high. But anything in between here, this is the time where you not only drain your trading capital, but you also drain your mental capital. You know, it's fine to give it a shot once you're holding that VWAP, you know, grabbing the lows. But once it grabs the highs and fails to close above, then you're like, okay, cool. This is the range that I don't want to trade in. I was happy to give it a try. If it didn't work, then I'm going to be like, okay, cool, let me step back and let me just wait for price to come to me. So in this situation, it's kind of easy to trade because, you know, there's no thought process. There's no thought process of, I think NQ might do this or I think NQ might do that. You go, it doesn't matter what I think, but once we do break out in either direction with good volume, we have two very nice liquidity targets. So if we break the highs and close bullish in 5 minutes here on the 30, great, we could have some nice buys into these highs and then back into our next key level of 22,500. And if we close below, cool. It could be time for us to pull back a little short. And anything in between, we can just say that's fine. We let the markets come to us. So be very reactive. Yeah, gold is back at the resistance, but we can kind of see here we're tagging the lows, tagging the highs. We've got this 30-minute close coming in about 4 minutes here. It's not really what we want to see here on gold. Again, this is the reason that you don't try and chase 15-minute candles with no top wick. So for you guys who are saying, why not just short it now? This is exactly why. This is why you don't chase trades on gold. Gold doesn't move that fast. If you tried to chase this from down here, you're into instant drawdown. Like I said, as this 15-minute was forming, guys, if you open and instantly push down with no top wick, then there's a high chance that wick needs to be created. Well, that's exactly what we did. There was no top wick. We pushed down. If you chase that, you go straight into drawdown. That's why I said we don't chase markets here, especially not gold. Gold's not going to be something that just tags and just rips out of nowhere. That's not how gold moves. Might move like that on NQ maybe. Gold doesn't move like that. Gold requires a little bit more patience. Yeah, man flu is the worst. I know, man flu is the worst. I haven't had man flu in a while, you know. Being here in Australia, we don't really get cold weather, but going from the beaches of Bali to cooler weather here in Australia, yeah, it's got me good. Mainly just the 15 and higher, man. To be honest, sometimes the 5 minute you can see bullish and bearish closures with no top wicks, like here, here, here. You see it quite a lot. It's mainly for the higher time frame. If I see a 15-minute opening and pushing down with no top wick, then I'm like, oh, cool. Maybe this is a liquidity grab of the lows to push back up. If I want to get short here on gold, I want to see the 15 open, push up with no bottom wick, and then I want to get short into the lows. But if you open, good candlestick formations here. If you open and instantly push down with no top wick, then I'm like, oh, maybe there's a chance that this can come back up. So that's why I didn't short this, because I was anticipating this is the potential. If I wanted to short this on gold, I wanted a short with an instant top wick, not an instant bottom wick. So an instant bottom wick makes me think this can happen. I mean, if we do break back above here, there's a high chance this currency is probably going to fill in that 4-hour wick now. This is a pretty strong pullback here, guys. And this is exactly why you don't try and chase gold. Gold doesn't move as fast as you might think. What's the temperature of where I'm at? That's a good question. It's probably... I say it's cold. It's probably not that cold. Let's have a look. It's 16 degrees. 16 degrees. But in Bali, it was like, I don't know, 30s maybe? But it's kind of, yeah, it's getting cooler here in Australia. Yeah, GC's pushed up quite strong. So if we grab these lows and engulf bullish, we do have the potential to consider longs again, back up into that 33.50 level. We don't want to get caught in the range, but if this closes like this is a pretty strong 15-minute fake out here. So the 15-minute closed below all of this support. Here, grabbed highs, closed below. We grab lows and closed right back above. We could confirm that that's a pretty decent fake out. However, look at that 30. Do we want to trade a 30-minute closing where it opened? Not really. Yeah, 30 seconds. Yeah, nearby. Yep. Yeah, when I go back to Europe, I'm gonna have to deal with seasons again. It's gonna get cold. You don't really get winter too much here on the Gold Coast. Where would I short gold? I wouldn't. I just mentioned why I wouldn't short gold. If I was going to short gold, it was with an instant top wick, not an instant bottom wick. So when you came down for a bottom wick, shorts are off the table for this exact reason. May as well have said that, Sean. Is today looking bullish or bearish? Because New York session was fully up. Is that for NQ or gold? First 30-minute London session coming in here, guys. A little bit choppy. Nice 15-minute fake out here, though. Potential instant bottom wick, and we can consider some longs. Back up into these highs here. Look at that owl. He came down, ripped the lows. Tried to break back above. So we could squeeze these highs again here. Let's see if we get an instant bottom wick. Wow, that's a lot of... Look at that. Surprised you didn't come down to these lows here. That's a very, very big push. So these highs here could be a nice next target now. Let's see. That'll be our next liquidity level. So let's see if we can wick down in some support and then see if we can play this range again. What would this give us? Give us about 40 ticks, risking about 15, 20. Big volume on gold today, even though it is just very up and down. That's still 70 ticks down, 70 ticks back up. 30-minute closed. Oh, very nice and bullish there, guys. Look at that. Grab the lows, closed nice and bullish. 15, grab the lows, massive fake out confirmation. So if we can pull back into this level here, I'm going to see if we can squeeze back up into 33.50 again. Again, I'm not going to do it from here because there's no risk to reward. If I do it from here, where's my stop loss? Well, all the way down there to... It's not worth it. But if I do it from here, then great. It's more worth it. So if we're going to give these longs a try, we'll see if we can do it from down here, not here. Yeah, insane volume. Yeah, huge volume. Look at this. London Open came up. London Open ripped the highs, dropped 70 ticks. After grabbing the highs and dropping, we've now ripped up another 80. Very, very big ranges. You don't want to get too chopped up in these ranges. We want to be getting good entries here. Could be worth it. Yeah, it could be worth it. Yeah, if we get a good entry, you know, it's not to say we can't trade this range. We just want to be doing it at good areas. Yeah, that's true, Paul. Yep, definitely, man, definitely. As an overall correction for New York later, these lows look very nice. These lows are very nice. Could be worth it, yeah. 10 contracts on the 100k. If I hit my... Oh, I did almost have a 5 green days here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I still do. Okay, cool. So we're coming down for the bottom wick here, which is nice. I see this 30-minute here on the currency. Yeah, nice bottom wick here. Okay, cool. So if we start to reject from here, this is a potential long area. Potential buy area here on gold. Let's see. If we start rejecting, we can maybe get long here. Open up, top wick, squeezing lower. Yeah, position location, very important. Yeah, you got... That's the first thing I do when I look at trade is what's the risk reward? How much am I risking? How much could I potentially make? And if my risk is too big, then I don't take the trade. Whereas most people, when they first jump in a trade, all they think about is the potential reward. I'm the complete opposite. The first thing I think about is how much am I willing to actually lose here? And if the stops are too big for me, then I either just need to wait and let it pull back or just accept it and you know, then it's just not your trade. That's the first thing I'll do. The first thing I used to do is just think about, oh wow, if I buy here, I could quickly, you know, make $200-300. That's not how you guys should be thinking. The first thing we should ever think about before we even consider pulling the trigger is how much am I willing to lose here? And if the risk for me to want to buy up here is too much, then I don't take the trade and I wait. And now if we can come back down and we can potentially reject from here and get long, then great. This is a much better risk to reward. But look at this price action here, guys, grabbing the highs. Remember, we do have Trump speaking. Let me just have a quick look. I don't know if he's speaking now. Is he speaking now? What time did we say Trump was speaking? All day. Trump in Europe or something? Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Is he in Amsterdam? I may have made that up. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know where I heard that from. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yep. So that's from what? That's from now until what? Maybe 7 o'clock my time. So 2 hours, about 10 a.m. ish London time. Yep. Yeah, until 9:30 UK time. Yep. About now, yeah. Okay. I mean, it could explain why we're getting these pretty ranges. Yeah, he's in Amsterdam. Yeah, I thought so. Donald Trump in Amsterdam. What a guy. Oh wait, what? I didn't see that. His walk off after saying I did not see that. That's crazy. Where was that? Was that yesterday? I didn't see that. So it could explain these pretty aggressive ranges here, guys. I'm looking for some buys here, but look at this range. We grabbed highs, we ripped down, we grabbed the lows, we ripped up. On the milestone, that's amazing. What a guy. So here you got here, NQ still squeezing within this range, guys. Remember, there's a no trade range here on NQ. Be careful. We got plenty of time here. Just turn and head to his helicopter. What a legend. What a guy. What a guy. That's why it's good, you guys. Here we're using the Topstep X platform, the Trader Hub here. This is all scheduled news here, but this here on the left-hand side is news coming out, and it actually highlights it in red when it's high impact and important. That was a really nice 30-minute close. I'd love to see this continue. If we end up closing bearish here on the 30-minute, I'll be surprised. It's the first 30 minutes of London Open here as well, guys. Any other markets you guys do want me to have a look at? Whilst we got gold creating a bit of an aggressive range, feel free to send it over. We've got plenty of time here. So my buys here now would be fake out buys. So if this 5-minute comes down and grabs these lows and closes back above here, I'll be looking to long here, and my stop will be based off that liquidity grab. And I'll be playing it up into here and seeing if we can squeeze it. So at least a 1 to 2. This is just a view app set for me. I just have it on the normal one. Here. My chart's lagging, really. There may be a slight delay in the YouTube stream. That could be why. There'll be a couple of second, potential couple of second delay. Crude oil, yeah, let's have a look. Let me just have a quick look at gold. What do we want to see? Yeah, potential 5-minute fake out buy here on gold in 3 minutes. Let's have a look. We can have a look at crude. Crude's been on an absolutely insane sell-off. And so we're kind of saying yesterday, like, is this cheap for crude, or is this, yeah, not quite grabbing the currency. Let me watch the 5-minute here on the currency. Potential 5-minute breakout. Could still be enough. Monthly on crude, huge wick rejection into this massive resistance from all the way back in, this time last year. May to June, July last year. You just hit that all-time high, not all-time high resistance, major monthly resistance, and having a huge pullback. Really, really big pullback. Yeah, we can look at some other markets. We got gold potentially shaping up here, guys. Let me see here. 15's trying to flip back bullish again. Oh, I missed gold here. Let me see. I'll finish crude in a second. Let me see if we can get some gold buys here. Maybe just squeeze. That's fine. I'm not taking that 15 flip. So let me see here. Crude came back down to that 65, having a little bit of a bounce. I mean, I can see the possibility of coming for a bit of a pullback of this, huge drop that we saw on Monday. Even a pullback, back into these areas, back up into 68, come up and retest these highs here. Yeah, gold flipping bullish here, guys. I'm not chasing it personally. The range doesn't make me too confident here. That you can see the 15. You can take the 15-minute flip. I'm not overly keen. But yeah, crude, you could see a nice pullback. I don't think it's going to be a plain sailing trade, though. To be honest, it's very, very hard to call here. Sorry for the caps. That's all good, man. All good. No, get excited about your 30 ticks. It's good, man. That's what we like to see. Get fired up. I'd imagine maybe a little bit of a pullback here in London first before you do potentially see that. Maybe come back down and grab some lows here. Retest 65 one more time. You know what we'll do? We'll have a look at copper as well. I haven't looked at copper in a while. Apologies, guys. 2 seconds. How do you stay disciplined? I like to stay disciplined in all aspects of life. That's what helps me stay disciplined here on the charts. Disciplined in my health, my fitness, my eating habits, my lifestyle. There's a lot of things off the charts that help you become a disciplined trader. which is kind of hard to understand in the beginning. Like, you know, when you're getting consistent in trading, if someone tells you, oh yeah, go to the gym, that's going to help you become a better trader, you'd be like, what on earth are you talking about? I need to learn the secret strategy. But it does help. You know, doing all these, let's see, 18 seconds here. Doing all these things off the charts help me become disciplined on the charts. Having a good routine, good lifestyle, good frame of mind. And, you know, also discipline comes from doing the same thing over and over again. So seeing my plan work over time helps me become disciplined. Close 60 ticks on copper, just on a runner. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Picking up his head and shoulders, nice. Let's have a look, man. But yeah, discipline could come from having confidence in your plan. Seeing the same things happen time and time again could help build that confidence as well. You know, having the confidence to just execute these trades on gold, because I've seen these highs get grabbed so many times. Gold, kind of grabbing highs, grabbing the lows. If it flips from here, that's fine. Let's have a look at copper. Let's have a look. What did we do yesterday? Let's have a look here. Daily time frame. So, oh yeah, that was that breakout that we saw. So we saw that breakout on Monday, held it on Tuesday, tapped right into $5 and held resistance. So to me, this looks like an evening start to potentially have a bit of a pullback. Do I want to short this range though? Not really. Good job on the 60 ticks here. Copper looks pretty tough. Yeah, copper to me, I honestly, I look at this in the 4 hour and I go, that is not my market to trade. We have this major resistance here. We've also got $5. The only nice thing is you did come down, liquidate 4 hour lows and held support. So to me, the 4 hour, as long as you hold above here, you may come up and retest $5 one more time. Here came down, grabbed lows, rebreaking higher. Hey Aaron, do you ever feel that you are streaming people trade against you? No, not really on here, man. If people trade against me here, you will lose money. I don't think we've taken very few losses here. You can fade me. I'd like to see, I wouldn't mind seeing the results, to be honest. We're pretty consistent, accurate with our levels that we trade here on gold. Maybe. if anyone does, I wouldn't mind seeing the results. The levels get hit pretty well. I say that in the most non-egotistical way ever. Maybe. I don't think you make money if you do. Yeah, that's what we say off stream, Paul. What my TP be on gold? I would watch how we react around 33.50. If you break 33.50, you know, there's a possibility of having a pullback into this massive breakout level yesterday, like 55s. But this would be a decent management place for me. Yeah, absolutely sure. But no, that's why I always say to you guys, you know, sometimes, you know, we're only on here for an hour and a half. The markets are, you know, London session goes until, you know, all the way into the New York session. That's what I say to you guys, you know, keep these levels on your charts because, you know, it doesn't always have to move when we jump on here. But outside of that, you know, we move very, very well. And I've had a really, really good trades here on this account since we've got this in when did we start trading this account? In June. Biggest loss has been here, $90. No, here, yeah, $90. So consistency. Consistency is key. I'm wondering if the markets are kind of chopping so much because we're waiting on what Trump's going to say. Even though we did see some pretty aggressive whipsaw price action here. And to be honest, this was a nice short here. I just wasn't quick enough to pull the trigger, but this is our plan to a T. I like to think I would have taken profit, but who knows? But this is our plan to a T. Liquidity grab and a nice breakout. What would we have hit? Would we have taken profit on that? 30, 40 ticks? Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, I would have been targeted here. Sometimes it's easy to say, oh, you know, I would have taken profit here. Realistically, yeah, I like to think I would have. At least, you know, maybe trailed something as the 15 opened. But I'm very surprised we didn't actually grab these lows. So these lows still a nice overall target. Same as these highs. 5 minute trying to break out here. 15 trying to break back bullish. 15's about to close in 1 minute. It's looking pretty doji. Yeah, that's the strategy right there. Liquidity grabs and breakouts. Trading into these liquidity levels. Yeah, absolutely, Kieran. Yep, absolutely, man. Would you consider the 815, 820 candles on GC as a fake break to enter long? Yes, definitely, man. That's what we're talking about here. That 15-minute fake out, absolutely. The only thing with buying here on gold is I don't really have that much of a target other than here. Like above here, I'm not really too sure what's going to happen. That's the reason I'm not eagerly jumping into this. But yeah, that 100%, that was a great fake out. That 15 fake out was beautiful. And there you go, coming up, squeezing up into that high here now. But yeah, if I had more upside targets, this 15 here where you grab the highs and broke bearish and then grab lows and close bullish, that fake out would have been really nice. So you kind of see here, as you hit that resistance, I don't know what's going to happen at this 33.50 level. I don't know if we're going to break it or we're going to hold it as resistance. So me buying up into it is kind of tough because I have to manage aggressively. So even here on the 15, I would have had to manage it. Probably would have just quickly squeezed me. Buying up into resistance is great, you know, if you can do it from down here. But there was no price action to tell us that was a good idea. You know, if we break, let's say, you know, maybe closer to like 9 a.m. we actually close above 33.50. Then if you break 33.50, then you go, okay, cool. Now we're actually getting a real breakout, and we could see a much deeper squeeze. That would be the most logical trade here. Look at this. Came down, grabbed lows. This is looking huge on the hourly. But yeah, the 15 fake out was beautiful. That's our really nice fake out trade. NQ breaking out of the range. Let's see. Let's see. Grab the highs, close back below. Personally, and this is just me, I personally will wait for a 30-minute breakout here at NQ. I still don't like this range. For me personally, I want to see at least a 30-minute closure. First TP on the long. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good job. Nice work. If you are in the longs, say if you're in this 30 flip, for example, what is this 30 flip? 26. Only 26. These ranges are pretty small. I would be managing aggressively because, like I say, we don't know what's going to happen above this 33.50 level. We don't know if we're going to hold it and squeeze lower or we're going to actually break it and push. Me personally, makes me think we can pull back, and that's why, you know, the ranges are pretty small here today. Usually on gold, maybe that's what we're just used to now. But usually on gold, we're seeing like, you know, 50 to 100 tick ranges in London. Even if you did take this 30-minute breakout, you're only up like 18 ticks, which is very small. So that looks like we're having these huge moves. This is actually very small moves. See here, working out these highs, back at this resistance. Now could we come and be down for this double bottom again? I mean, the 4 hours been on the currency non-stop bullish since 2 o'clock London time. Yeah, imagine we get short from here now. And we come right back down for these lows. That would be huge. Secure 28 on the push. Yeah, nice, man. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. So in terms of the London Open here, the London Open so far, guys, we've only moved 24 ticks. And I'm wondering if that's because we have Mr. Trump speaking. Now, yeah, it could be a short signal. I mean, we just came up, we just liquidated these highs. Anyone who's getting short here, tapped into that 33.50. Potential closure back below. I mean, in terms of risk reward, it could be worth a shot. You're looking for something like this to come all the way back down into these lows here. It's a good risk reward, that's for sure. Which channel you got, man? Which channel you got? Let's see. Yeah, rather bad than give back. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, lock it in, especially on a day like today when we got you know, Trump news coming out as well. Absolutely. If you take anything in this ranges, yeah, don't be afraid to lock it in. They're not the biggest ranges either. Yep. Even on that count, considering around 2 weeks. Yeah, yep. Good, man. Let me see. Oh, beautiful, man. That's lovely. Look at that consistency. Yeah, good job, man. Call it there. It's beautiful work. Lovely consistency as well there, man. Good job. Appreciate you sharing that as well. 15, is it to the upside or to the downside? Is it here, like this? Yeah, look at that, man. Yep. It's some good consistency before it, man. Really good consistency before it. Just that one day. That's the thing about trading, is that you can have, you can have a great few couple of weeks, and then one bad day can wipe it all out. That's why that's why I think it's so good on Topstep to actually just set the loss limits. Set the loss limits, and once you hit your loss limit, that's you done. You need gold to drop. Well, let's see. It's looking quite nice. 5 minutes, grab the highs again. Instant bottom wick though. Thanks guys, see everyone tomorrow. See you tomorrow, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. So we just came up for this grab of the highs here. Let me just clean this up a little bit. Could we be now looking for a short all the way back down into these levels that we spoke about earlier? How big of a range is this? 80 ticks. It's a big move for only 80 ticks. Let's see. I do, like I say, I do have the preferred short bearish bias after yesterday closed bearish. And we're at big 33.50. It's not just a key level. It's a major resistance. That you have big pullbacks from these levels. Even if you're going to break it, you still get big pullbacks from these areas. So to me, it's not a bad place to see if we can get short here. There's no top wick on this 5, so it's reason I'm not jumped into yet. Maybe on the next 5 we can see if we can get it, guys. Let's see. Maybe a top wick on the next 5. We'll see if we can short this into the hourly close. Risking somewhere around here. See if we can squeeze it all the way back down to this double bottom. Play this whole entire range. Hope you're okay. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Do the 4-hour down on trend line. Makes sense to have a short bias. Yeah, I like the 4-hour in the currency. It looks like it's re-grabbing previous 4-hour highs to have a rollover. I think that makes sense to me. What about the currency? Sorry, futures. Futures 4-hour grabbing previous 4-hour highs. Yeah, we could be looking for a decent pullback here. I'm hoping it comes on whilst you guys on YouTube are still here as well. But yeah, 15. If we close like this, top wick, yeah, I'm gonna look for a decent short here. I would like to short this 5, but no top wick, so potentially the next 5. Link is not color link, and the color button has disappeared. Sometimes it hides. Maybe if it's like hidden from there, you can potentially. I know. Yeah, that's the only thing, Quinn. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Yeah, that's my only concern, is that the hourly is not looking the best. It's not looking the best. You're kind of grabbing the highs and grabbing the lows, kind of stuck in this big overall range. The only time frame that makes the most sense to me is the daily and the 4-hourly, which is good, like the high time frame making sense, but I agree. 4-hourly, grab the highs. If this 4-hour can roll over, this would look really nice. Still got 2 hours as well, but I agree. The hourly, we've opened and closed in the exact same place potentially in 7 minutes. I agree. That's my only concern. But like I said, in terms of risk reward, even the 30-minute, you grab the lows, close bullish, grab the highs, close bearish. It's not the cleanest, especially with Trump news. I just think in terms of risk reward, it would be worth a try. Let's see. Top wick on the next 5, guys. I might see if I can get short here. And it's not going to be a scalp. It's going to be like more of a trade that we may have to hold for 15 to a half an hour. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. That's a great point, Quinn. It could be a combine trade. If you don't like the price action today, remember, you don't have to trade your fund account every day. You can be like, okay, cool. Let me just trade a combine today, for example. You don't always have to go all in on the funded accounts. So I'm trying to trade 2 contracts on this 150, so I'll see if I can just maybe even just trade half risk here. Yeah, copy them all, man. Go big or go home. Wow, what a push here. Top wick on the next 5. I'm going to see if I can get short. My trades are combined trades. Yeah, if all your trades are combined trades, then maybe just on a half risk. Hourly trying to close bearish here, guys. Trump is talking in about, I mean, it's from now. It says it all day, but here again, this is in about 40 minutes. 5 minutes about to close here. Wow, what a drop here on gold. This is beautiful. Oh man, I would have loved to get that short. Short targets all the way back down at 3.9 If not, lower back down into 34s. Instant top wick, I might get short here on gold, guys. We're getting some big volume here. Let's see if we get instant top wick. Oh, yep, 35 ticks. Yeah, nice. There was a top wick on this 5. It was worth a short there. Let's see, let's see. We're closing back below this level. It is a tough range here, guys, so don't force it, but I may give it a shot. Let's see. 1 second. Wow, that's a big rejection. Big rejection, instant bottom wick. Goldie's a little bit tough here today, guys. Yeah, no, these are the ranges where people get chopped up. Taking 2 trades here today, 1 winner, 1 loser. Yeah, no top wick. Yep. Yeah, this short would have been great after you grab the highs and close bearish. But I wanted a quick top wick on this 5 to short it, but opened it instantly pushed down. No top wick in this quiet 5 either. Yeah, last 5 can be crazy. Yeah, last 5 of the hourly as well. Which if we look at that hourly, we may be getting trades closer to 9 AM. Remember, you guys on YouTube, you have D coming on right after me as well, so be sure to stay tuned here to the Topstep YouTube channel. You got D coming on at 9:30 AM as well. Don't diddle in the middle. Yes, absolutely, man. We did say that yesterday as well. It's very true. Don't diddle in the middle. We're going to be trying to get in a good area, which ideally would be somewhere around here. If I'm going to get short, I'd like to get short around here, because that's a good risk reward. If I get short here and I'm wrong, I can be wrong pretty fast. And not very much. If I get short here and it closes above, then I can get out pretty quick. Yeah, Sean gives a diddle. You give us a diddle. Let us know how it goes. You trade Trump coin for the next 4 years. Maybe that's what we should be doing instead. Should we be trading Trump coin instead of gold? Nice coin. But yeah, to me, this 4 hour on the currency looks like it's going to roll over. Nice. No, I still do some live streams on my channel. I wasn't able to make it today. I was late to the office, but we'll be back on my channel tomorrow, man. Yep, we'll do the pre-London there, and then we'll do the London Open here on Topstep as well. We'll be back on my channel tomorrow. Which I don't think we missed anything pre-London today, to be honest. It looked pretty choppy. Kind of had a push up, down, up, down, up. Selling gold, yeah. Selling gold makes the most sense. I'm looking to get short as well, and maybe on the top wick of the next hour. So this hourly's grabbing the highs. It's closing bearish. It's not the nicest of hourly candles, so don't have huge expectations. But if this next hour can open and push up first, I'm going to look to get short down into these lows here. And potentially back down into 35s. Yeah, very dangerous enter. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Spain, how you move the spot resistance? How do you mean, man? Oh, I'm just looking at the wicks. Broke above, broke below. Nice fake out. Big resistance. Oh, look at this hourly, guys. We're about to close in the exact same place as where we opened the London stream here, unfortunately, guys. Logic for the top wick is I would scroll back to about the 8 AM candle, because I talked about it here perfectly and it played out perfectly. So if I want the hourly to close bearish, then I want the next hour to open with an instant top wick. Because if the hourly is going to close with a bearish candle, well, I want it to look something like this, where it's got a nice wick to the highs and then got a nice bearish body. But if we open and instantly push down with no top wick, and I try jumping short, well, I know that top wick can be created at any point. Because it's very unlikely that the hourly is going to close bearish with no top wick. It's possible, but it's very unlikely. So in terms of probability, we need a top wick. So if we open the top wick, I can get short from around here. And as it starts to flip bearish, then I'm trying to take advantage of the hourly looking something like that. Something like that. That's supposed to be a bearish candle, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, something like that. That's not a bad drawing. Which is what I'm going to look to potentially get in short here. Top wick of the next hour, I'm going to look to get short here on gold. Unfortunately, guys, on YouTube, I'll have to wrap up soon, because you guys do have D coming on right after me as well. You guys on Zoom will stay on for a little bit longer. Again, guys, this is why I said I want to wait for that 30-minute closure on NQ. This is the reason I don't want to trade this range on NQ. If you try to short that 15-minute breakout, you get caught in the range. This is my no-trade range on NQ. NQ, we've not missed anything this morning. Nothing missed. Same as Goldie, to be honest. Gold could just be starting to shape up for us. So top wick and potential shorts. Futures. Yeah, we're trading futures here. Trading gold futures. Let's have a look at that hourly closure. Wicking the highs, wicking the lows. Not the best hourly closure, but we're starting to see some volume. And we have liquidated all highs without grabbing the lows. I want to see at least up into here to give me a good risk reward, guys. At least into here. Zoom, guys, give me 2 seconds. Alright, YouTube, guys, I'll have to wrap up there. Remember, guys, you got D coming on right after me as well. You guys know my levels for gold for the rest of the day. I am looking for some nice shorts on gold to come back down into 39, so potentially back down into 35. So be watching these liquidity levels here, guys. London opens a little bit choppy here, but to be honest, I think this 9 a.m. to 9:30 to even 10 a.m. candle on gold could shape up for some really nice trades. Remember, you do have some Trump news coming out as well, so be cautious and be aware of that. And I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. So trade safe today, guys. Be here to trade another day, and I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow, 7:30 London time here on the Topstep YouTube channel. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Peace.